There it is. I'm showing Tolerance for Atheism. April 1st, remember, is National Atheist Day. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God, Psalm 14:1. If you guys want to get these bumper stickers, I don't own this website. I think this is Ray Comfort and his group, livingwaters.com, and Kurt Campbell. Okay, let's do a video. I'm so glad that YouTube allows me 15 minutes because boy, do we have a lot of good stuff to talk about. I received another email of someone becoming a Christian, leaving atheism. So we'll talk to you about that. I got a bunch of letters right here. First, I'll read you the one of the atheist of becoming a Christian. Now, as you guys know, the atheist community on YouTube and also on radio and TV, they are in panic mode. It is obvious. Everyone on YouTube can see that this question that we are asking atheists that they cannot answer is really panicking the atheist community. It reminds me of like how children, when they're going into the dark, they'll sing for fear because they're afraid, so they'll sing and act like, you know. So as you guys know, and hold on, let me put my seatbelt on. Okay, as you guys know, the question that we're asking atheists to provide, and they haven't been able to do so, hold on, this light almost catches me, is, here's the question. Now, by the way, if you're an atheist and you're going to address this, don't change the question like the amazing atheist did. He dishonestly changed the question. Now, most people wouldn't catch that, how he dishonestly changed the question. Hey, look at the guy's window. It says forgiven, and there's a cross there. Amen, brother. But me being an ex-atheist, I'm familiar with the dishonest atheist tricks. What they'll do is you'll ask them a question, and very similar to politicians, they will reword the question and they'll answer their own question. And the amazing atheist has failed utterly in answering this question. He reworded the question. So also the Atheist Experience Show has failed, DPR Jones has failed. Well, you know, they're atheists, they're used to failure, but they have failed. They cannot get the question right. They keep rewording it. So here's what we're going to do. We're instituting a little rule so you atheists can follow along. For some reason you guys have a problem with focus. Look at the question on this video. You see it right here? The question is that question. So when you do your videos, to keep it honest, put that question embedded in your video. That way I know you guys will answer the right question. It's not honest of you guys to answer some other question I never asked and then say I asked it. I never asked the questions you guys asked. Here is the question. And then we'll get to these awesome emails of atheists leaving atheism because the atheist cannot provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Here's the question. I'm going to say it slow because for over a year, not one atheist has been able to answer it. Even the Atheist Experience Show has failed miserably. The Amazing Atheist has failed miserably. Copland 666, DPR Jones, the Thunderfoot has failed miserably. Who else? Don Exodus 2, Don Exodus twice. He has failed. Every atheist has failed. Here's the question. Wow, look at that nice Mustang. That's not the question. The question is, what proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct? See, let's ask it one more time. What proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct? See, I left atheism because the lack of proof and evidence that it was accurate and correct. The proof and evidence was on the side of Jesus Christ. Now, before I forget, you're going to see two things. You're going to see a box, and if you click it, you're going to hear me poning, not one, not two, not three, but four atheists, as I ask them the same question, what proof and evidence can you provide that atheism is accurate and correct? And they admit on live radio that, well, you know, we don't have any proof and evidence. Our evidence is our say-so. That don't work. That's your opinion. That might be good for you, but for the rest of us, we need proof and evidence. So let's get to the email, shall we? And thank goodness that YouTube has allowed 15 minutes. So this is great. Okay, these are actual emails I received from YouTube. I've blown them up real large so I can read it. I asked this guy, he emailed me and he said, yeah, you know what, I've left atheism. I'm a Christian. I do believe in God. And so I asked him, I said, can I do a video on your email to me? Because we are getting atheists leaving atheism. They're like dropping like flies. They're realizing, you know what, atheism is madness. There is no proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Now look, he says, it happened by me realizing that if I don't believe in God, I will go to hell. You know, he is right as far as Jesus warned of hell. He says, not heaven. That was shock. That's what shocked me out of atheism. I like how he used the word shock right there. For good. Atheism is for cowards only, and the winners are the Christians. Anybody that doesn't believe in God will go to hell. And then he says, look up a video on YouTube. You'll see what I'm talking about. He talks about Christians. He said, I would like you to do a video on it, but however, keep my name hidden. You know, it's between you and me, because if someone finds out, I may lose my friends and my account. I may lose friends and my account too, because he's got some atheist subscribers on his channel, and he doesn't want them. Notice he says he'll lose his account. He doesn't want to be false DMCA like tends to happen, or false flag. Now here it is down below. He says the most important reason is not to go to hell, but only heaven. So many people don't realize this. So many atheists don't know this. The evidence for God is all around. Now, Benjamin 20, who's a good guy, I've seen him comment on my channel, he types, after a long year, you would think that someone would answer the question. And no one's answering the question. Providing proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Let's see what this is here. Okay, so let's throw that down on the ground there so I know. Okay, this one says, oh yeah, this is his same email but smaller. He says, after a long year, you would think that they would at least remember the question. Come on, atheists, real slow now. What proof and evidence can you provide that proves atheism is accurate and correct? Yes. Even the Atheist Experience show has failed miserably. And you know what? The vicious attacks that I get, all because of that question. The panicking on YouTube that is going on, all because of that question. Atheists are leaving atheism, all because of that question. Now, here's a guy that's an atheist, and he left this on my channel. You can go see it on my comment section. He says, LOL, everyone's saying, hold on, the background page is blocking. Everyone's saying what a great job this guy is doing when his challenge to atheists isn't even a question. It's simply a person's common sense of rebuttal and opinion. Now, he does admit, he says, you can't prove that it's accurate and true. Notice that's not the question. The question is, what proof and evidence can you provide that atheism is accurate and correct? It's what proof and evidence can you provide? But he does admit, the atheist admits, you can't prove that it's accurate. Yes, you lose atheism, game over. Let's go to the next one. Here's one from an atheist. This is also on my comment section, you can read it. These are all actual emails. About your question, if we can prove that atheism is accurate and correct, there are many ways you can argue and avoid this question. Here he goes. Notice he's admitting that people are arguing and avoiding the question. But the main answer would be that we just can't. Dun, dun! He basically says it's his opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, atheists are admitting there is no proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. Here's another email from an atheist, and we got a cool motorcycle that's going to be flying by right here. Look at it. He's coming up behind me. He's coming down the right. Sorry, we're going to see what he's on. He's on R6. Look. Nice bike. Another email from an atheist. How long's it been? Okay, there is no proof that atheism is accurate and correct. Happy now? And he goes on and on about Santa Claus. Oh, atheists, feel the sting. Now here's one from Bardock772. He has a challenge on his channel. You should go to his channel where he's even offering cash rewards if you can provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. He says, LOL, those coward atheists have marked your comment on my channel as spam, proving that they censor Christians. Yes, we all know it. Let's see what else we got. Here's another person that says they wouldn't, after a year you'd think atheists would at least remember the question. Come on, atheists, real slow now. What proof and evidence can you provide that atheism is accurate and correct? Oh, we did this one. Here's one here. Bardock772 says, looks like non-stamp collector made a video addressing this question. Now watch what happens. He says, all the big atheist YouTubers are starting to make videos about this, yet none provide any proof and evidence. Yes, atheism is crap. We all know it. You atheists, I love you, but it must feel really embarrassing to be involved with something where there is no proof and evidence that it is accurate and correct. Now, what I'm going to do is let's talk about why atheism is crap. First of all, the hostility over this question that I am getting, it's just emails, but the hostility over this question that I am getting is unbelievable. It's like atheism, picture this, atheism is a clown and it didn't know it. And then I got the clown and I walked it over, I forced it to look at itself in the mirror, and it sees itself in all its red hair, big nose, big shoes, polka dot glory. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, if there were no God, there would be no atheists. Is that not a fact? And where is the genius and the brilliance of saying that you were created out of a mistake? That's what atheists believe. An atheist believes they're a mistake and that when you're dead, you're dead. Doesn't make sense. So let's go through this, some facts. Number one, we know that atheists are the least trusted group in society. Well, we can see why. Look how they've been acting. Number two, we know that atheists have the highest suicide rate in society. Why? Because they're depressed. They're not happy. I can go on and on, ladies and gentlemen. This is why people are leaving atheism. It is madness. So, now you will hear the show of me pawning 4 atheists, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 atheists at once as they admit there is no proof and evidence. It's all just a bunch of crap. Now, some atheists will say, well, what about evolution? Evolution also proves God exists. And evolution proves the Bible is true. Most people don't understand, most atheists, they don't understand the difference between microevolution and macroevolution. The Bible talks about microevolution, how there's, for example, different types of dogs, Chihuahuas, Cocker Spaniels, Doberman Pinschers, and you have different types of evolution within the species. The Bible talks about how God created animals after their own kinds. So microevolution actually proves that the Bible is correct. Macroevolution actually proves that atheism and evolution is full of crap, as far as macroevolution is. Because there are no transitional species all over the darn place. Darwin even admitted, he said, look, if there's not going to be any, a couple hundred years, there's not going to be any transitional species, then my theory was wrong. Darwin would agree today that macroevolution is wrong. So atheists lose there. The other thing, that atheism is the default position, that's a bunch of crap also, because well over 90% of the people believe in God. In matter of fact, in the U.S., I believe it was 3% of the people identify themselves as as atheists. And same thing. And so basically, you can't say atheism is the default position when the majority of people believe in God. Atheism, you are but a squeak in society. Game over, atheism, you lose. Now, the reason why people are leaving atheism, I'm getting all these emails, is they're going to my radio show. You go to Shock Radio. Go to www.shockonow.net, and I hope this guy's not overheating. www.shockanow.net. shockanow.net. Listen to me on the radio show that's titled Ex-Atheist Talks. Ex-Atheist Talks. You'll see it. That's me, and you'll hear me talking to sweet, lovable, cuddly atheists as we get them to leave atheism and to become Christians.